G'day everybody, hope you've had a fantastic weekend and welcome to a new trading week. I hope you're well. It's been a pretty remarkable sort of 7 days or so, hasn't it? And what I wanted to do today is just go through and have a run through the top 10. All right, go Dave. I want to go through the top 10. I want to look at the realities of what's going on right now from a monthly, from a weekly, from a daily, and down through the lower time frames, looking for trading opportunities as well. That's what I want to do. Whereabouts in the world are we all from, by the way? Coin Bros, g'day mate. Don Juan, Sally, how are ya? Yeah, and don't forget on this video to hit the thumbs up, the like, turn on your notifications, share it with your mates, share it in your groups, share it on your socials. Hi Heidi, share it everywhere you possibly can. The other thing to mention is down the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the Cyber Monday discount. We've extended it on. You know, what's it called? Black Friday, then there's Cyber Monday. If you haven't taken advantage of our huge discounts there, then go ahead and take advantage of it. You can see the links there in the chat. So you've got until the end of the day, really, the end of Monday, to join many others. And by the way, to all of the new members and all those that have jumped on the course and into our community and whatnot, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Won't let you down, won't disappoint. You got to do the work, but we'll help you with everything we possibly can. So, Barwon Heads. Where's Barwon Heads? Sounds like somewhere I'd go surfing. Was that the New South Wales? Well, I don't even know where Barwon Heads is. I'll have to look it up post this scam. All right. So, looking at Bitcoin now. I've got it on the 30-minute here, but that's not what I want to focus on. Let's just see what I got. All right, we're going to go here to the daily to start off with. We're going to go all the way out south of Geelong. Right. I was south of Geelong on the weekend in the Belangolo State Forest. Okay, so I want to come up here and I want to do the monthly. M. No, 1M. No, I don't want that. 1M. Okay, so here's where we're going to start this, and we're going to focus on the monthly on Bitcoin. And the reason I'm using the BitMax contract is there's more data there for us to work with. What we are facing, and of course it's the same time as the Cyber Monday, is once this day is over, we'll have the month over as well. All right. So what that means is that we're looking realistically, very realistically, as we are currently from the month, I think that was December, wasn't it? Yeah, the month of December. We're currently up 32% from the last monthly high close. So look, is it significant? Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, what do we close there? Close 13,802, close 13,873. Yeah, so just shy on last month's, but this one looking very likely, I'm not going to jinx it, but looking very likely to close higher, which will be the highest monthly close ever for Bitcoin. And I see that as a positive. I don't think we can take any negatives out of that, just positives. And when we look at the weekly here, of course, the weekly having only just sort of closed 30 minutes ago, I want to tell you what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing. Yes, the potential for a deeper pullback is still available. It could still occur. It's extended, but let's look at how far it pulled back from its highs last week. It pulled back quite significantly, 17%. It bounced off of the lows to here, 12.4%. Now, what that suggests is that the demand was high enough to put the brakes on the selling of Bitcoin, and it was selling off it pretty quick. You know, if I jump to the daily and show you that, look, we did sell off very fast, and it was a pretty brutal move, but it was stopped. It was stopped on the 26th. It tried again on the 27th, and you can see these two rejections of these lows as we approach 16,000. And then we saw this bullish candle in the cradle zone, and since then we've continued on a nice couple of slow percentage gains over the last 2 days, which was Saturday and Sunday. Now for me, if you saw my commentary on Friday, when we were back in and around here, I was suggesting that, you know, one of my trading strategies, I only use 3 with a checklist. One of the strategies is when it gets back in and around these moving averages. And one thing to note is just look at my charts. There's a 10 period, a 20 period, and the MACD without the histogram, without the signal line. Very, very clear, clean charts that I'm working, because it's much more factual to be watching and reading price, because price is ultimately what guides everything else. Don't forget, every indicator you'll ever see and use is derived from price first. The indicators don't tell you what price is going to be doing. The price tells you what the indicators are going to be doing, and I use them in combination, but I don't use too many. I don't want to overcomplicate 15 years of trading and reading markets. I read price. So it pulled back in and it's moved away. Now, are we out of the woods yet? I don't think so. We're not out. I'm not suggesting we're going to go lower. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm not suggesting anything. The question that I asked is, are we out of the woods yet? And looking at this, look, it's overextended. It's moved from the averages. With that weekly candle closing, they've caught up a little bit more. But a pullback could still come from this weekly. And that would be, for me, the point at which I would suggest, okay, look, we are looking likely to have a deeper pullback, is if we can break this low. If we break that low of 16,200, then at this stage, as we've had a set of candles that have closed up, this would then become a lower high. So I won't be suggesting a weekly pullback, a deeper weekly pullback, unless we break the low of this candle, because that would be if it happened, in the next few days or this week. Okay, hey Alex. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at here. It's very nice that it's come out of it, and it's not really suffered too many attempts at selling since then. If I jump now to the 12, you can see that, and I want to go lower to the 4. Look at the 4. Here's a higher low, little higher low here, and we've pushed on to a higher high. My trading opportunities today will be focused more on the lower time frames at the moment, as we've got higher lows coming through on Bitcoin. Look, it's a bit divergent on this 1 hour at the moment. The cyclicity isn't as nice as I'd like it to be. But with that being said, if we push on a little bit higher and we get above, 18,500, 600, that sort of thing, then pullbacks into these moving averages will very much be on the cards for me. So Bitcoin with opportunities potentially today, if it was a push a wee bit higher. Weekly still has room for a pullback, only if I see the low of this candle being taken out on the daily time frame, giving this a lower high. So overall, Bitcoin's still looking quite strong. The first blow off in a sale of Bitcoin in its most recent very strong bull run. If I look at the 2-day, what we're faced with now is a bullish candle in the cradle zone. Now, it's not tradable in my eyes because the stop would be far too wide. The candle's far too big. But we have broken that 2-day candle, and we do have more probability of future and potential upside than downside. Of course, that then leads us into what could be a week where potentially we can break all-time highs. Okay, it wouldn't be out of the imagination to see that occur. It's got work to do. We've still got from where we are here. How far have we got roughly? 9%. But it had that pullback, and if we continue to see this occurring, I think we'll just see momentum increase, and that could be really, really good. And talking again to what I spoke of on Friday, in the sense that we know that institutional money's coming in. It has been for a long time, but now they're making it more public. As Square made it public, MicroStrategy made it public, PayPal's made Bitcoin publicly accessible. With this sort of momentum starting to build, with this happening in our space, this pullback could have represented the first opportunity for those that had not entered our market yet to have entered that market. So it's going to be a very interesting week. They all are. The worst thing that could happen this week, realistically, would be for Bitcoin to just go sideways. I'd much rather see it continue on and be strong. That would be great. Yeah, 9% can happen very bloody quickly. So I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. Looking quite nice. And looking, Craig, for long options on Bitcoin. Now let's move to Ethereum, which has had a much stronger recovery than Bitcoin. Again, higher low, higher high, pull back into that cradle. And look at these 2 days of recovery. We saw Bitcoin do the same, but of course not to the extent that Ethereum has done. Up 3.6, up 7.2, and already today nearly 2% up. Continuing that momentum through. Look at this weekly, very, very nice. And if I go and type this in, ETHUSD, let me pull up, say, I don't know, just something that's going to have a fair bit of data there. I trade with FTX. But the data, they haven't been around for as long as someone like CoinStamp, for example. Sorry, Coinbase, Coinstamp. What the hell is that? You can look at here. Bitcoin, of course, has been much more aggressive this year in its momentum to the upside than Ethereum. A lot of interesting things happening with Ethereum at the moment, and at this stage, we are still a long way off all-time highs. Okay, the trend is very, very nice. As I say, you know, pulling back into the cradle zone, moving away. All right, a long, long way to go before Ethereum really does look to be at all-time high. So there's plenty of momentum being carried through on Ethereum. Let's go back to that weekly here, and look at this again. From the high to the low, 23% move. It closed up 2.74%. Let's go from the low to where it closed and see the recovery, a 20% recovery. Now that is led by obviously the low here to where we are at the moment. That's an astronomical move, a lot of volatility, a big shot down, a big climb to regain what was lost there. And you know, as a trader, I mean, goodness me, this is the reason I've dropped everything to focus on crypto the last 3.5 years. The volatility. You can make money when it moves by going long. You make money as it goes up, not just hodling. Hodling's fine, don't get me wrong. I've got my hodl portfolio, I'm an investor as well. But trading it's a mechanism that allows me to trade any direction with the ease of checklist and the structured approach that I follow. Yes, thank you, Mr. Ether Robert Warner. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and the thumbs up if you are in Facebook watching this right now. I'd appreciate it. So a very strong recovery here by Ethereum. Looks like XRP is catching up a little bit today. Let's move lower through the time frames because you can see again, there's that higher low. A very strong move here. Now I've been watching this morning. Just can't seem to get a position just yet. Higher, low, high, higher, low, high. Consolidation. Now, some of you might have found something here. Very, very close, wasn't it? I know that some people in my tradercobb community did manage to get that. I just got it in DMs. Not exactly the best breakout trade, let's be honest. But what I am stalking is really on those lowers. You know, a pullback into the cradle zone. Look, I'd be happy even to move to the 15-minute. 15-minute, 30-minute, it's just run so hard. And in markets that move this fast, Fibonacci booster strategies are what I turn to because we can have a quick snapback. And that quick snapback with that limit order, bam, we're in, we're off, 1-to-1 achieved, and let the thing do its run. At the moment, Ethereum looking very strong today, but nothing there just yet. Again, weekly looking very strong, daily looking very strong. All time frames are pointing to further upside. And if it doesn't do that, it's this low. So it's got to have a massive turnaround for me at this stage, given the information that I have, to turn bearish. Okay, it's really, really, really strong right now and continues to be strong at the moment. XRP. So that's been a great move for me. Very, very nice indeed. Let's jump back out and let's just do this. XRP USD. Because I want to do a comparative on some of these alts as well. On all-time highs and on monthly charts. Oh, I didn't do it for Ethereum, did I? Go here. Let's go. Look at that. Not enough data there. I know we haven't hit it. It must be beer. Let's go. What did I say? XRP USD. It might be Bitfinex. It's had it the longest. There you go. Okay, so let's look at this. This is our weekly chart. I want to look at that monthly. That monthly, 163%. Obviously, it's going to be closing higher than, well, I shouldn't say obviously because we've still got another day. If we close above that, that means the highest point for which XRP will have closed since, at this stage, if it closes here, since back in the 1st of May 2018. Now, don't forget, look at that move. 736% in a month. We remember that if you were around. G'day Pino. G'day Facebook user that I can't see the name. Apologies. It doesn't come up. So huge move there on XRP. Of course, you can see it here on the weekly. It's been 1 week, 2 week, and here's a 3rd week beginning with that momentum. And let's compare it to what occurred back in those days of yore. We were up 200, up 30, up 100, and then up another 40. And you can see it all happened in one big swing. It's looking very similar at the moment with some very big moves. Not as big as back then, but can the momentum continue? I don't know. All I know is that there's opportunities that are presenting themselves on XRP, and it's on these lower time frames that I'm starting to like here. For me with XRP, it's got to get itself in a little bit more of a momentous position. It's consolidating. Oh, it sounded funny, didn't it? It's consolidating at the moment around 64.3. G'day, Harrishing. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. And hello to all of you that are just starting to tune in. We're looking at the weekly, monthly, daily, and for opportunities on the lowers. If we can break up through here on XRP, then that could present. Oh, goodness me. That could present opportunity for longs. It could present opportunity for longs geez. I spent the weekend in the Belangolo State Forest. It was 40 degrees both days here on the east coast of Australia. I did not sleep very much, and I'm probably suffering the effects of 40 degrees in a swag with two little girls. So they're my daughters, by the way. So that's why my tongue's a little bit there. If it continues to consolidate in here, look, I'm keen, but what I want to see it do is pull back higher low, another test in there, giving me my third, following my rules on my Bitcoin breakout strategy. I need to have convergence, but it's there. I'm watching it. It's up quite nicely today. I want to see it either build in for a breakout. If it breaks out before, trades pulling back into there for cradles or boosters. But again, just to reiterate, it's a strong market right now. Bitcoin strong, Ethereum strong, XRP strong, Bitcoin Cash has also recovered. Look, it did pull back deeper than 275. Why 275? Well, that's the range that it was stuck in for a very, very long time. Even through here, after breaking it, it was stuck in there. It's come back to test, go below, and now it's starting to head north once more. When I look at this weekly, it's a really ugly chart. Okay, it really, really, really is. When I look at it, BCH the highs were something around 4,500, if I'm correct in thinking that. When was that? Back in back in the madness. So what was it? Yeah, look at that. I mean, geez Louise, 43, call it 4,400. You look at this chart, it is really, when you watch me do my commentaries, right? When you watch the way I trade, when you watch the way that I read the markets and have done for the last at least a decade, I haven't changed anything here. When I talk about optimal chart structure and cyclicity, you compare Bitcoin Cash here, which is it's just mushy. It's horrible. It's very, very yuck. Very, very yuck indeed. That's why I use multiple time frames. It's still not great on the daily, okay? But it's about getting that bigger picture perspective. Understand, I don't use diagonal trend lines because they're an absolute subjective waste of time, in my opinion. I used to use them. I got rid of them, and since I've become much more objective, as in horizontal is 180 degrees. There is no other way I can move that. It just is what it is. I trade objectively, not subjectively. Because of that, it makes my whole decision-making process a heck of a lot easier. If we go to the 4, you can see a higher low, higher high. It's starting to get better cyclicity now, but again, it's a little bit caught at the moment, isn't it? I'm going to go here, sorry. I will go lower here. I'll go lower again. Look, for those that have gone through the program and have the booster, there is potential for this today. There is a level right there. I'm not really looking at it realistically for a trade right now. I will keep an eye on it throughout the day, however, and just to reiterate, right now, is it looking bullish to me? Not overly, but there is this pullback with this higher low. There is the rejection of 275. We did close above that the week just passed, and it's definitely not even close to being on par with XRP, or better yet, Ethereum. Look at this beautiful trend. It's much more much more simple to trade trends, all right? So it's not quite as good, but it is looking a little bit better, as is Litecoin. Again, on Litecoin here, I just want to do the analysis from the high to the low with you, because it's been quite wild. 32%. Now, as far as coming off of those lows to where we closed, we bounced 23% thereabouts. That's a huge rejection. That's a huge snapback of, no, we think it's worth more than that. The market collectively has decided at this moment that Litecoin is worth far more than the $64.57 that it achieved on that Thursday, I think it was. So it's bounced back and it's moving quite nicely. Let's again move to these mids, higher low. We've pulled back the 2 hour, and you see I work multiple time frames to get that perspective. Nice trend there on the 2. Let's look at this 1 hour, because I was looking at this for a potential pullback on the 30-minute and 1 hour. And the reason being is Fibonacci. Look at these anchor points. 1, 2, 3. I was looking somewhere back in at 77. Doesn't look like I'm going to get that. Nothing there. But look at again. You can see that little red dot means it means that it is in my watch list. Why is it in my watch list? Cyclicity. Okay? Higher low. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, higher high. Nice, predictable moving markets. Don't forget as well, look where it's pulling back into each time that it does. And you'll see this repeat itself time and time again. And you know what? Don't take my word for it. Go and put the 10 and 20 exponential moving averages on your chart. Find any chart ever since the time began. And find the period where they're trending, where that chart is trending. And see. I'm not saying it's always a trading opportunity. I'm just saying that I use this because it's something that works. Why does it work? I don't know. This is human psychology mapped out on a chart for me, and I've just become good at reading it. Did it take a while? It took a long while, yeah. I didn't have someone to teach me until I got a mentor 4 years into my journey. And then it all changed, and this is basically not a carbon copy, but it's very similar to the ways that I've been taught to trade. I've got a breakout trade because markets go sideways, then they break up or down. I've got a cradle trade because they trend really nicely in cyclicity and smoothly and wonderfully. I've got a Fibonacci strategy, which is for fast trending markets, because markets often go bing, like what we've seen. You know, the booster captures moves like this. Now, this is an exaggeration because it's the daily, but it quickly moves. This is what the booster's there for. It's about market psychology. That's why I've traded the 3 strategies I trade, and there's nothing else. There's no, but wait, there's more. There is no, but wait, there's more. These are the 3. I have traded other strategies. I do have other strategies, but all my time is spent trading these 3 because they're simple for me. So the 1 hour is in my list for those reasons that I have given. It does look much more strong at the moment, given the fact that our weekly has now put itself into an uptrend with a higher low and a higher high. Again, comparing cyclicity, nowhere near as good, but Litecoin has got its skates on. It is moving. EOS is next. And EOS has not really given me any signs of anything at the moment other than the fact that it is joining the rest of the market when the rest of the market moves. And that is evidenced by last week. Have a look at this daily. We did go ramping up real quick. The daily looks stronger than the weekly, by the way, as we do have somewhat ugly, but it is somewhat a higher low. It has pulled back into that cradle. It's going to have to be lower that we make any decisions here. For me, it needs to break this high and do it properly. It's got to get that cyclicity back once again. I showed you before on Litecoin on that 1 hour. This is what good cyclicity looks like. Follow the bouncing ball. Look at EOS. When I look at this, it's not quite the same, is it? Just that comparative makes it like a penny drop. It's very, very simple to see. We've got a consolidation here. EOS, for me, it's really not in my list. Neil, what's the strategy win rate? Look, to be honest with you, mate, I don't actually keep a track of my own personal strategy win rate. It's not something that's of interest to me. I can give you a rough figure. For me, I'd probably... It depends as markets swing, right? At the moment with markets moving hard, there's definitely a larger amount of trades that I'm taking, but that also comes with I'll take a larger amount of losses. I'll also take a larger amount of wins. It's more about the reward to risk ratio than it is about your win rate. Second to that, what my win rate is and what my percentages are really doesn't have any bearing on what anybody else's could be. And that's why you don't see me sharing my trading results. I will show you trades that I've taken to illustrate a point or to do a follow-up. But I don't show, oh, look how much money I've made today, or look at how much percentage I'm up this month. I don't do that because it doesn't make any difference to you. And it can be a bit of a glass ceiling. I'm mentoring some people in my team, my apprentices and my mentors. These people are doing some much better returns than me because they're much more at the market. So I do know people are doing much better than I am with the same strategies I use. But again, I don't want that glass ceiling in place. So I hope that helps. That's the honest answer. So I can't answer it any more than that, really, Neil. Apologies for that, mate. Okay, so EOS, not really much that's on my radar. They're not much of interest. Let's now go ahead and have a look at BSV. Now that is our all-time high on BSV, and that is $466. And I got to say, at the moment, it looks like it's not going to be happening anytime soon. We're still within this range. Out of the entire top 10, BSV is the most yuck of the lot. Look at that weekly. It's a mess. Look at this daily. It's still a mess. Still within this range. I don't trade ranges as such, buying at the low, selling at the high. That's not how I go about my business. But I will not be trading into this resistance ahead. This chart is not cyclicity personified. It's a mess. And therefore, I can look at the lower time frames, but I couldn't give two hoots about them because they have no bearing on me. There's nothing that I'll be doing there on BSV. Binance. Let's have a look at Binance on this weekly here. Well, what a messy last couple of months we've had here on the old BNB. Sideways, choppy, sloppy, yuck. No, thank you. From the high to the low, let's do this again. 25% move in the week. Big volatile week. From the low to the high, it recovered itself. 12.5%. Is this a chart that has cyclicity? I'm asking you, do you think this chart, based on what I've gone through, based on, of course, this is for everybody to answer, whether you've done the course or not, do you think this looks like a good chart as far as what I've shown and explained about cyclicity? I want to know. Type yes or no into your little chat thing there. I just want to, while I suck down some of this H2O, just want to see what you think. Whew. Still bloody humid here. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good. Good. Keep it. Come on. Come on. We can make this stuff educational. It doesn't just need to be you watching me. It's all about trying to help you to become the best trader you can be. It's all there to try and help you to understand things better and to give you perspective, to give you some skill sets. The answer is no, and I'll show you why. When we do this, and this is what's beautiful, if you've always got a comparison to work with, right? If you've always got a comparison to work with, it makes life easier. Comparative number one, Ethereum. Cyclicity. Higher low, higher high, beautiful trend. Beautiful, beautiful trend. Binance. Oh, yeah, there's a higher low, there is a higher high, but it's not got that cyclicity, does it? It's not clean. It's not beautiful. It's not looking like this. Again, back in the cradle, move. Back in the cradle, move. And for those of you who, again, sitting back going, oh, I'm an investor, I'm not interested in trading, it's not my thing, I don't care. That's fine. Hey, dig it. No dramas. But do you think my investment portfolio was buying Bitcoin around here? Yeah. Do you think my investment portfolio was buying Ethereum here, here, and here? Yeah. What about, what some of the others? XRP, as it broke up, was I buying there? Yes, I was. What about Link? Was I buying through here? Yes, I was. And if you're wondering, if you're sitting there thinking, hang on, this is hindsight, this guy's talking hindsight. No, not true at all. This was shared. This was shared in the tradercobb community, which is a community filled with the people that have been through the education, so they're trading the same strategy. Imagine having your checklists, right? You're working from a trading checklist, so it's objective. It's straightforward. And then sharing ideas and trades with a community 200 strong of people doing the same. That's what we've got in there. That's where I'm sharing that sort of thing. And yes, it's as simple as, it really can be as simple as that, guys. 86 Harley. Yeah, mate, look, get through it as fast as you can, but don't rush it. You know, take your time with it. You got to make sure that it sinks in, because it's you don't want to miss anything there. Question, if you are in a trade and have scaled so it's zero risk and it sets up again, do you take another trade in it? Yes, Dan, I will if it sets another trade up. I see that as being a risk-free trade, so therefore, based on the risk principles that we teach, it becomes, there's no correlated risk. It's a net zero. So there is no portfolio exposed risk. If I was to have a trade that hadn't hit 1-to-1 and I still had 1% risk, let's say, I wouldn't double up again. I wouldn't want the correlated risk, I wouldn't want the pair risk, and I wouldn't want the open risk on the portfolio. So it's not just about trading strategy, it's about how to manage your positions to make sure that you don't end up, having one of those spiraling times where you just keep on going, oh, if I can just make it back. If I can just make it back. I've been there, I've done that years ago, right? If you find yourself in that position, the only thing to do is to get up, turn your computer off, and go either to the bush or to the beach. Just get away from your PC. You will not learn anything from chasing trades, chasing losses. Don't do it. Plan prior. What's the saying? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Big thumbs up for whoever made that up. Okay, so where we get to, we're going to Cardano now, of course. What an absolute belter of a move. Again, a very simple opportunity here. Now, I did not take anything on this break. I did do very well earlier in the year, capturing most of this move. I did not capture this move, although I did document it to my members, quite simply because the platform that I like to use doesn't actually offer this spot. That was the only reason, otherwise I would have. I got Link, I bought more Ethereum, I bought XRP, I bought more Bitcoin, but I did not go ahead and get Cardano. It just wasn't there for me. Now you can see here, the weekly, look, pull back, move away. It's in an uptrend, it's moving very, very nicely. Let's have a look at this on a daily perspective, back in bullish candle. Look at this for a move, 16%, really big statement there. Can Cardano find it within its bones to push on further today? We'll have to wait and see. If I look here at the 4 hour, we have got a consolidation. I'll drop to the 1 hour using these multiple time frames. Nothing there at the moment. I want to see it push to new highs, and then I'll buy pullbacks either on cradles or boosters. I don't see a breakout trade really occurring just yet. It might take a number of hours if it were to occur. So nothing really to add there. Excuse me. On Cardano. And finally, to round it out, we'll hippity hop. We'll have a look at Link. Of course, what an amazing move Link has had this year. It has really produced some of 2020's biggest profits. If you were around, Cardano are also there. Look at that for a month. Gee whiz. And look at that. You can see the 10 period right here. That on the monthly is back in the cradle zone. It works across all sorts of time frames, guys. Same here. I don't know if look, pull back in. Look at that. Oh, just delightful. Ethereum has also provided a lot of profits. Link, Cardano, it's been a really, really good year for those that have been able to capture some of the bigger alt moves in those top 10 or top 20 projects, as that's where the liquidity lives, and that's where I like to trade, especially if you're trading larger multiples or larger dollar amounts. It just means you suffer from less slippage, which means you've got more money at the end of the trade for you. It's the cost of doing business, but we can understand that and work it well in our favor. Here we are, Link, higher low, higher high. This might look really nice on the lowers. Higher low, higher high, convergent, okay. Just a real big thumper of a candle there, isn't it? Absolute doozy. Ooh, just going to chuck that horizontal line in there. Oh, if only it didn't move so fast. I could start to use these for fib levels, but it has moved that far, that fast. I mean, look, it's a good problem to have. I'll be looking at pullbacks on Link once again today, and looking back at that weekly again, just to keep things consistent. Look at the move. 31%. Look at what we came off of. We came up 20%, let's call it. The momentum is there. Will we carry through? That is the question that we have, that the market has about Bitcoin. It's the question that we have about the space in general. We are looking very likely to be closing. I say very likely because we know anything can happen, but it's going to have to fall 32% for us not to have this month being November of 2020. We can forget the year, but let's not forget the year that Bitcoin has provided us with and the greater market, because this could be the beginning of the rest of our lives as far as the bullishness of Bitcoin. We know the institutions are there. We know retail's not yet. We see that when we look at the Google trend graphs. It's not like it was back in 2017. And with PayPal now offering opportunities for people to easily slide in and buy crypto, you wait and see. If we can get that retail in over the Christmas period when people are around, much the same as what we saw back over here in 2017, we could have some absolute fireworks about to go off. Now, oh, itchy nose. Please like, share, subscribe to this and give it a thumbs up. Turn on your notifications. Secondly, you're going to have the links dropped right now for our Cyber Monday sale. If you do want to take advantage of these moves, but also do it with trading, I'll show you how to do everything. It is fairly straightforward. You do need to practice. I'm sure plenty of people that are watching now have done it. So please, if you feel the desire to do so, let them know what you think of it. It's checklist based. There's, what's it called? A 10-day money back guarantee. And listen, at the end of the day, you've got the opportunity with Cyber Monday to get some very, very deep discounts. Go to the links that have been provided within this chat. The page looks like this: promo.tradercobb.com/cyber. If you scroll up, you'll find it. I believe that we will see that link dropped in just a moment. If you are already a member and you'd like to go on a live trading floor and watch me do my watch lists every single day, which is going through this full list, call that 80 or so, all through this list, your Binance margin, call that more than 80, the Binance spot top 100 or so, and then through the Binance spot USDT, then get on the live trading floor. Otherwise, join the community. You have to be a member who's gone through the course already before you get access to that. Thanks, Harrison. Are you working one-on-one with Adam? Beautiful. The guy knows what he's talking about. Whew. So there you go. How do you think I feel about the market right now? Pretty bloody strong? Yeah. We've still got work to do, don't get me wrong. We've still got to see this weekly continue. We've still got to have this monthly close. And at some stage, we are going to see a deeper pullback than this. But can we see December become one of the most bullish months in the history of cryptocurrency? I don't know, but there's a lot bubbling under the surface. Guys, get on, get going, and let me know if you need anything. Have a great day. Take advantage of these Cyber Monday deals before they are no longer available. Love you. Share it. Take care. Have a good day. Bye for now.